Dead hangs. Grab a bar, hang there, done. Sounds like the easiest thing in the world, right? I thought so too. I'm no stranger to pull-ups, and I figured, I'm the yellow dude for a reason. 60 seconds? PSH, child's play. My pops always said, hard choices, easy life. Easy choices, hard life. So, naturally, I wasn't going to waste my time on something too easy. But then I kept hearing the buzz. Dead hangs fix your posture, decompress your spine, maybe even transform your life. Sounded like hype, but I was curious. Could something so simple actually deliver? I decided to hang every day for 30 days to find out. Spoiler. It's not as easy as it looks, it hurts, and something unexpected happened along the way. I stepped up to the bar, brimming with confidence. First attempt, I set a timer and laughed, 60 seconds would be a breeze. 10 seconds in, my forearms were screaming. Time crawled. My grip gave out at 13 seconds, arms shaking like I'd just done 1,000 curls. I was humbled, fast. This was way harder than it looked. For the next 3 days, I was stuck between 10 and 15 seconds. My hands were raw, skin thickening in odd spots. Definitely not the kind of hand strength I imagined training as a single guy. My forearms burned constantly, and my shoulders felt stiff and sore in a way I hadn't expected. I started questioning everything. Was it me? The bar? Why couldn't I crack 30 seconds? It felt like hitting a wall way too early. But the real challenge wasn't the pain, it was showing up every day when nothing seemed to work. That's when I realized, the hardest part of this wasn't physical. It was mental. After 3 days of zero progress, I tried something simple. I switched to a thinner bar. The old one was too thick, too rough, my fingers couldn't wrap around it properly, and I was losing the fight before it started. The new bar felt better in my hands, and boom, 35 seconds, no struggle, no slipping. My grip held, my breathing stayed steady, and I wasn't bracing for failure. It was the most solid hang yet. That small tweak changed everything. Sometimes, it's not about pushing harder, it's about making the right adjustment. The work suddenly felt doable. Around this time, my hands were fried, and recovery was sluggish. I wanted something to help without complicating my routine. Enter Tasty Gains creatine gummies, 1 gram of creatine monohydrate each, 3 a day to hit the target dose. No scooping powder, no mixing, no shaker bottle to wash. Just pop them at my desk or toss them in my training bag. They taste like candy, slightly gritty but no weird aftertaste. Did they fix my dead hangs overnight? Nope. Creatine takes time to load. But by day 12, I noticed a difference. Recovery felt smoother, my grip held longer, and I wasn't dragging between sessions. Placebo or not, I'll take it. Way better than choking down powdery shakes. One day, I glanced at a photo I'd taken mid-hang, and it hit me. I was barely gripping the bar, just dangling by my fingertips. No wonder my grip kept failing. Next session, I fixed it. Full hand wrapped around the bar, fingers tight, knuckles slightly upward, pressure balanced across my palm. Not a death grip, just firm enough to stay in control. The difference was instant. The bar felt like an extension of me. I hit 35 to 40 seconds consistently, and even my pull-ups felt smoother. I squeezed out an extra representative without trying. But a new problem crept in, boredom. Dead hangs are monotonous. No flashy moves, just you, the bar, and your screaming arms. My brain checked out halfway through each hang, like watching paint dry while fighting gravity. Yet, I kept at it, not because it was fun, but because it was working. I started standing taller, my shoulders sat back naturally, and my back felt more open. I wasn't even trying to fix my posture, it just happened. The physical grind was easing, but the mental grind of consistency? That was the real test. By now, I stopped warming up. Dead hangs were the warm-up. I hit 45 seconds with calm breathing. My shoulders felt great, my wrists stopped aching during pull-ups, and my overhead mobility was noticeably better. The benefits were sneaking in when I wasn't looking. Then, scrolling through a tutorial, I had a gut punch moment. I'd been doing passive hangs for 10 days. No shoulder engagement, no lat activation, just dangling like a sack. I felt like an idiot, 10 days of doing it wrong. I tried an active hang. Shoulders locked down, lats fired up, core tight. I barely lasted 20 seconds. It was like someone cranked up the gravity. Everything burned, and my ego took a bigger hit than my time. I walked away feeling like I'd regressed, but at least I knew what a proper hang should feel like. Active hangs were brutal, but I pushed through. Most days, I hit 30 seconds, once, I reached 55. The shakes were less intense, my core held longer, and my grip didn't quit as fast. Every second felt earned, but I was gaining control. Better bracing, deeper breathing, staying tight without burning out, these small wins added up. Doubt lingered, but it was quieter. This wasn't a breakthrough, it was a slow, steady build-up, and I felt close to something big. Then it happened. I got on the bar, set my grip, engaged my lats, tightened my core, and just hung. No rush, no panic. At 30 seconds, I was calm. At 45, still solid. The urge to quit was gone. I passed 60 seconds without noticing, fully in the zone, breathing smooth. It didn't feel like a struggle, it felt right. I stepped down, not because I had to, but because I chose to. No fist pumps, no yelling, just a quiet nod. All that struggle had settled into something solid. By the end, I was hitting 90 seconds regularly, even 2 minutes once. Dead hangs weren't a battle anymore, they were part of my day. I felt like I belonged on that bar. My posture was noticeably better, my grip was rock solid, and my back felt longer, lighter, like I'd grown a few extra vertebrae. My shoulders stopped complaining, I moved smoother, and I even slept better. I felt strong, unstoppable. Near the end, I stumbled across max hang training. Climbers and grip athletes don't mess around with long hangs, they use tiny edges, short hangs, and structured rest to build insane strength in less time. I sat there, reading about it, and muttered, this changes everything. It opened my eyes to how much further I could go. 100%. Dead hangs don't go viral. They don't look cool. But they work. My posture's better, my grip's stronger, my shoulders feel great, and I'm no longer a desk-bound gremlin. If you're slouching, struggling with pull-ups, or just want to feel stronger, give it a shot. Hang for 60 seconds a day, 30 days, passive or active, doesn't matter. Film day 1, film day 30, and see the difference. Tag me when you hit your goal, or call out your friend with the spaghetti grip and say, it's time. Think it sounds boring? It is. But you know what's more boring? Shoulder pain, bad posture, and struggling to open a jar. Pick your boring. This one's worth it.